Hello friends, how are you? I'm Ann, also known as EANRN, and this is my YouTube channel where I talk about all the crafting things that I'm getting up to. Today is Thursday, July 28th, and it's been 2 weeks since I recorded last, and I have a lot to talk about. Everything is going good. Summer is winding down for me. My actual real job is going to actually make me come into work in a week and a half-ish. So we go back on the 8th of August, staff does, and then students start on the 15th. So I am in the last home stretch of my break. I have enjoyed it immensely. I don't really want to go back. I would much prefer that crafting be my job for real, but that's not going to pay the bills. So I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back if you've watched me before. If you happen to be new, welcome. Today we're going to talk about some knitting, some cross stitch, some sewing, some haul, and yeah, I think that's what I've got for you. One little side note, Gage, my kitty cat, is doing well. He started using the bed that I made him that I showed last week, and I complained that I had used the wrong hook and it was too small, but I will put a picture in of him all curled up in it, and he looks super cute. So he is doing well. Family's doing well. Husband started a new job, which is going well. My son is plugging along doing his thing at his job, and my daughter had just gotten back from Mexico when I recorded last time, and I just dropped her off at the airport to go to Texas for the weekend to visit some of her friends there. So she's a jet setter apparently. But other than that, I have just been taking full advantage of my time off and crafting all the things. So I guess we can go ahead and jump in. I am going to talk about knitting first because I don't have that much knitting. I have been bitten by the cross stitch bug really hard. So I'm going to talk about the few little bits of knitting that I have, and we'll go from there. So sock week was in progress the last time I recorded, and so I was working on some socks for sock week, and I finished them. So I'm pretty sure last time I had one full sock done, and I have finished the second sock. This is Yarn Over New York yarn in the Tiger's Eye Shark colorway with the Ocean's Deep Mini, which is that blue stripe. And then I used Happy Mermaid Yarn Company yarn in the yellow for the contrast and for the heel. And that was from her Gone Camping set. So these are done. Happy that they're finished. And then I cast on another pair of socks. And these are the Rose City Rollers by Mara Catherine Briner. Love this pattern. This is my favorite shorties pattern that I have knit. And I always do the double gusset heel flap on these, and it just cups my foot really well. So this yarn is Hypnotic Yarn from a Yarnable box, and it is the December 2021 Yarnable yarn in the Grape Crush colorway. I love this 80/20 base that Yarnables or hypnotic yarns. And then just a contrast mini. This was actually a mini that my brother gave me for Christmas. AJHC Wool is the name, and I'll link all that below. But yep, so 64 stitches, US 1, 2.25. That's my everything sock, unless I'm doing a different yarn than fingering weight. So those are finished, and I finished those this past weekend while we were visiting my mother-in-law in Hendersonville, and I have to have knitting for the car, so I finished those and took along I took another pair or another set of yarns to knit socks with, and so that's my only other knitting whip. This is some vintage stash of mine. I think I got it in 2014. I had to look it up to know the name because I lost the tag. This is Knit Picks Hawthorne Speckle in the Confetti colorway, and it reminds me of crayons because it has all the primary colors in it. And I am using a Moonglow Yarn Company mini in the Dorothy, as in ruby red slippers colorway, from her Rainbow Advent calendar that I got this past year. And so here is my start. I did a cast on and 2 rounds with the red, and then started with the main color and did a 1x1 rib, and have just gotten going on the leg. So that is all, and I don't even think I have knit on them since we got back on Sunday night. So the knitting has taken a little bit of a break, but that's okay. So this will be the 13th pair for summer sock camp if I finish them, which I'll finish them. Summer sock camp runs through the end of August, so I've got plenty of time to finish those. So I have completed 12 socks for summer sock camp. So that is all of the knitting that I have to share. Crazy, right? After the first episode and I had a stack of socks. It's all right. All is good. I'm going to talk about sewing next because it leads into cross stitch. I wonder if y'all can guess what my sewing project for the last 2 weeks was. A cross stitch project bag. So last time I had shown you guys a cross stitch piece that was Seasons of the Heart that I completed in 1994, and I've made it into a project bag. I did patchwork on the back, a patchwork panel with denim and gingham and some hearts and some cherries, and then I have a cute zipper pull that I made and stuck on there. And then the inside is the cherries. And then I did the Seasons of the Heart cross stitch piece, and I just log cabined that around the outside and made a project bag. Now it is a little bit, oops, I just dropped all of my cross stitch finishes in the floor. It's a little bit skinnier. I didn't measure it. But anyway, it's a little bit thinner than my other cross stitch bag. My other one is more this wide than this wide, but it doesn't matter. It works perfectly, and I'm excited to be able to start using it. So that was my sewing FO that I had from these past 2 weeks. All right. Now on to cross stitch. I have 2 FFOs and 4 FOs. I told you it hit me hard. This first FO, I'm going to just go over it first because it's on top and I can't stop thinking about it. I finished my Lavender and Lace Angel of Hope which I have finished my Angel of Hope. I started this right around 1994. The summer of 94 is what I best can recollect. It has had many, many, many times that it was put away, and so this summer when I pulled it out, it needed one wing, all the gold, and all the back stitching, which wasn't much. But last week, I think I had finished the wing and needed to do the gold. And she has gold all around the bottom of her skirt, and then kind of speckled around, and then has a halo, and then I had already done the harp. So she's done. And I am so thrilled. I love her. You can kind of see the gold there. I can't tell what you can see or not, but I have taken a little bit of a video that kind of shows it a little bit better. If you see down at the bottom there at her skirt, that is the gold Krynic that I used. But oh, she is done except for framing. And don't ask me how I'm going to do that. When originally I had bought this, I think I was thinking that I would do like an oval cherry wood or mahogany wood frame. Get it framed? Because I think that's what the models in the LNS that I went to was in, but who knows? I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just glad she's done. So, yay for finishing that. All right, so I have 2 FFOs that you have never even seen before. So I have started, finished, and fully finished these in the last 2 weeks. The first one that I did that to, I got a free pattern off of Facebook. Durene Jones, is that her name? Didn't write it down. Pretty sure it's Durene Jones. I will put it on the screen. But she has a Facebook group and has quite a good many free patterns, which is nice. And this is a seasonal pattern. It's a Hello Winter. And so I found it, and I had just a tiny little scrap piece of 14 count Aida, and I stitched it up. And it says Hello Winter. And that is awfully bright. There we go, that's a little better. So I made it into a pillow. That's just some snowflake fabric that I had. And it has some French knots and some red. I'll put a picture in so it's better. And then I just put baker's twine on the edges to cover up the seam. I just left a hole opening at the bottom and hand stitched that up, and then just tacky glued the baker's twine around the edge. So I have that. And I can sit in a bowl, or I've been having it set up on top of this, on top up there. But we'll just set that right there. All right. So that was my first cross stitch pillow finish. Can't even see it. Maybe I'll move it right there. All right. Next, I bought a pattern. Oh, it's in my show notes, but I didn't write it down. I typed it up, but I didn't write it down. I mentioned, I think last time, that I had gotten some charts, but that I would talk from Etsy, that I would talk about them when I stitched them. This is one of those, and starts with an L, La Selva, something. Anyway, I'll put it on the screen. And in the show notes. I will link them. But I got a Siamese cat chart, and I charted up how the words got Gage, because you know his name is Gage, and as a knitter we try to get Gage. And so in the what is the word I'm looking for? In the context of got milk, I did got Gage. And so here is my finish of this cute Siamese cat that says, and then I charted the got Gage. And I have finished this on a wooden board that I painted the edges brown, and covered it with 3 layers of scrapbook paper. So there's a mat of brown, and then a mat of the beige, and then the blue. And then I kind of tore it and did the distressing on the edges, and then covered the back with the brown. And then just a little stripe of green at the bottom. And a bow. So I am super happy with this. This fabric was it's a 28 count even weave. I don't have the color. It was an old piece from my stash that I had started a stitch on in the very center, and I didn't know what I was doing. This was forever ago. And I was doing 2/1 on 28 count, and I can't even frog it. Like, it won't come out. I've tried to like unpick the stitches. Not happening. Anyway, so I just cut a little corner off and stitched this up over a couple of days and fully finished it last night. I had thought about recording yesterday, but I wanted to fully finish this, so now I have. And so now I've got Gage. So I'll stick him up there with this. All right. So those are my 2 fully finished objects. And now I have 3 FOs, other than the Angel of Hope, which I've already showed you. So last time I was working on the February Waxing Moon designs for my mom's outside of her apartment shelf. And when we were there just the other day, I took a picture of her shelf that is current and my aunt's shelves. And she actually has a cross stitch pillow out there on her shelf right now. So I thought that was cool. But anyway, I'll put a picture in of where these are going to go. But I finished February, and I just have it wonder clipped onto this board backing. I could go ahead and fully finish the ones that I've done, but I kind of want to figure out what I'm going to do before I fully finish, and I haven't. So it's got the groundhog on there, and the Valentine, and some snow, and February. These take longer than I thought they would, because, you know, it's got lots of fill-in to do on the motifs, but I think it's super cute, and I'm excited that I finished that one. And then I started and finished the February of the hands-on design month. So it's got heart and love and February. I changed the heart, the big heart, the buttons, which I think are buttons, they could be whatever, just decorations, but the bits in the center were supposed to be that burnt orange color with the pink centers, and I thought February needed the pink more prevalent, so I did that. I just flip-flopped those, and that was a really quick stitch, so I'm glad that's done. And I went ahead and started the March hands-on design, not really anticipating finishing it, but I did. It needs to be ironed, but March is done. And it says luck. And I really like that. So I haven't put that one over the board yet, because I only have one board cut for testing it out, but it's the same size as the others, so it'll fit. There you can kind of see it. So I am happy to have that one done. And those are all of my FOs. Now, my whips, we'll just keep going on that theme of the months. And I'm working on the March waxing moon designs. One, and I have the border, the month, and the shamrocks, and then the leaves and stems of the flowers, and then it has a leprechaun with a pot of gold in here. So I will keep working on that and get that finished. And then I have gone ahead and gathered the flosses and kitted up April for both waxing moon designs and hands-on designs. So my plan is for those to just keep on keeping on. And I'm holding this in the other patchwork bag that I made. And here's what I was talking about, how this one is opposite of that one. So yeah, happy with that. So that's my first whip. My next whip that I have worked a little bit on that you have seen before is my Llama. Confetti heavy is how I would describe this. So I will put a picture up of where I was last week, or last time I recorded, and I have just added in some more confetti. I did the eye and kind of brought some out over here and up here. So you can kind of see a llama looking at you with one eye. So this is one that requires a little bit of attention, just because it you have to count and make sure it's right, and it's going to be cool though. This is in my vinyl box bottom bag that I made myself. Found it. All right. So this is another free pattern that I got. It is by Susan Ake from Aurifil, and it is the little Quaker Christmas. And I'll have to put a picture in of it because I only have the chart. I don't have like a finished picture of what it looks like with me. So I will find one and stick it on the screen so you can know what it will look like. And I just have a little tiny start on this. This is on a 28 count even weave Monaco in the antique white colorway. And I am doing 2 over 2. And I just have the littlest start. I'm going across the top. So over here will be this repeats, and then there's a little bit more of a motif there, and then that's going to be probably the width. I mean, that will be the width of it. So just a little start. I figured I needed to stitch on something Christmas in July, and I hadn't done that yet, and I thought this was really cool, and I like the colors. I did my own color conversion because I didn't have the Aurifils, but what a mess. So, okay, my cross stitch floss. not inherited, but was given somebody's whole cross stitch haul, stash, whatever. And it was one of these big plastic 1970s mustard gold with the brown, clear brown lids that opens on and latches on either side. It's over there on the floor is why I'm looking over there. But somebody gifted that to me, and it was a lady who had been cross stitching for a long time, and she had tons of floss. But she would take the skein, the DMC skein, and just cut the bottom. So her little, on my floss drops, the ones you can tell the ones that were hers because they're little short ones and mine are longer. So that's why it looks a little funny, but these are the colors. And I think that's going to be really pretty. And I will just kind of keep plugging away on that. And that's fun because it's got different motifs, and I haven't done a Quaker before and I like it. So, all right, I'm just ripping through this stuff. All right, so those are all of my current whips. I have kitted up, like I said, the next few months of the Waxing Moon Designs and Hands-On Designs month charts. So those are ready to go, and I just plan on starting the next one as I finish the current month I'm working on, because those kind of had a deadline. Everything else is just for fun. But I have kitted up the same Susan Ake has a little Quaker Halloween that I have kitted up. And then this, again, I'll have to put a picture in. It's from Plum Street Samplers, and it's a free chart from them. It's probably, yeah, it's old, from 2015. But it was super cute. It's called Brouhaha, and it's got a pumpkin with coffee beans and mugs. And so I have pulled the flosses and the fabric. This is a piece of Ada that I tea-dyed myself. So let's see if you can see all the colors. There's the yellow back in there. But this is the palette of yarns that I will be using to stitch Brouhaha. So I figured that'll be a good fall stitch. And I don't have a sampler on the go, and it was really cute. And it's relatively small. It's a 78 by 74 stitch count pattern. So all of this will be linked below. And that is really it for cross stitching whips and kitted up things that should be started fairly soon. Now onto the haul. It's kind of out of hand, people. Okay, so for haul, one of the first things that I got were 2 small dough bowls from McCain's Furniture on Etsy. I saw the Colorado Cross Stitcher talking about this shop on her YouTube Flosstube, and thought I needed to go check those out, because who doesn't need a dough bowl? Apparently all the cross stitchers have them, so I needed one. So I went and checked them out, and they had some really cute things. They have big things, they have long skinny trays, all their stuff is great. I will link them below, so check them out if you need any type of dough bowl. But these are the 2 that I got, and they are hand carved. Like I said, they're just small little dough bowls This one is natural finish. And this one is whitewashed. And I love the knots. That's like one of my favorite things. But you can see the carving marks that were used to make this. They're just really super cute. So they may be part of a gift, or if I find two places that I would like to set them, I'll have those. But my little Hello Winter pillow can sit in one with some other smalls if I get more done. But those are my dough bowls. And the next thing I want to tell you about that I got is a light. Again, Colorado Cross Stitcher talked about her halo daylight that she had and used, and so I decided to go and check them out on Amazon, and it was actually Amazon Prime Day, and I got a little bit of a deal on it, so that was good. But this is my light, and it has a magnifying, and then it is a ring light, and it has 3 brightness settings. Oh, it's not plugged in, I'm trying to turn it on. But it has 3 brightness settings: really bright, medium, and kind of not quite so bright. But it's great because it is very adjustable, and this turns, and I can have it sitting on the table and then pointed at my piece, and then I can look down through the magnifier to help. And it does have a point of extra magnification. I don't really think y'all can tell that, but if you look it up, and it'll be linked below, you can see all the specs of it. But it folds up nice and small. So that is my Halo Daylight light that I got, and I pretty much have been using it every day since I got it. I really like it. I took it with me to Hendersonville. It traveled beautifully, nice and folded up, and just stuck it down in one of my project bags, and it was great. So that is fabulous. I got a 10 drawer organizer for all my floss, and I will take a little video and stick it in here so that you can see it. But I made some out of 12 by 12 scrapbook paper, cardstock. I made some little trays that I have used to organize all of the flosses that I have. So they are stored in there, and I have them numbered with a little label, and then the drawers are labeled so I know what's in which drawer. And then I have my trim and fabrics and floss tag making, and the bottom 2 drawers have journaling and sticker, like my making journal and sticker supplies in them. So I just needed some extra drawers to have that stuff so that it was organized and handy. So I'm excited that I got that. Okay guys, here is the 10 drawer organizing cart that I got from Amazon, and I have it labeled with what's in each drawer. And then I just made some boxes out of scrapbook paper. Just cut them up and made 6 per each drawer. And this one has a divider. And like I said, this lady had a whole bunch, and some were bobbinated, Some were not, and she just cut the bottom. But yeah, I just have these drawers of floss. So that's all my floss. And then I have ribbons and embellishments for finishing. And then I have all of my not scrapbook, all of my cross stitch fabric in here. And then stuff for making, this is two-sided sticky tape for my making journal, and then stuff for floss drops. And then I have a whole bunch of stickers and more stuff for my making journal. Washi tape galore. I love washi tape. Oh, and there's Gage. All right, that is my 10 drawer cart from Amazon. I got 2 cross stitch fabrics, and they are from the Happy Little Stitch shop, and I will obviously link Angela's shop below, but she had super great shipping and these came very quickly. And these are Legacy Fiber Arts fabrics, and I got a 16 count Ada, should have taken these out, in Low Tide. Oh, that's so pretty. Love it. And then I got a, are you ready for this? 40. That's right, I said 40. 40 count linen in the Nor'easter fat quarter. Oh, it's so pretty. So I don't have a project in mind really yet for either of these, but I have been knowing Sue, who dyes for Legacy Fiber Arts, for a long time as a knitter and a yarn dyer, and I have knit her yarn many times. And she would talk about on her podcast that she has with her daughter Chelsea, she would talk about her floss tube and blah 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 blah, and I thought, oh, that's nice, you know, never really looking into what that was or is. Yeah, we've kind of figured all that out now, haven't we? So I got those 2 cross stitch fabrics, and then I made a purchase from Joann's, and I wanted to get some fabrics, which I did, and I will show in a minute. But you know, in order to make the purchase, what am I talking about? I wanted more stuff, so I got it. I did get 2 kits that they had on sale. One is a dimensions kit in the, oh glare, Butterfly Dream. And it has all of the floss that you need. And it is a 14 count ivory Ada, and it's designed by Jennifer Brinley, and it will be a 7x5. So that is Butterfly Dream. And then I had opened this one and tore the plastic, so it's in a project bag already. But this is Be Joyful from Heartfelt Design Works, a heartfelt cross stitch. And this also comes with Ada, 14 count Ada, white with the flosses, and beads. So that should be fun. Haven't done beads before, but I'll show you something else that has beads in a second. So I might be doing more beads. So yeah, those are the two kits I got from Joann's with that order. And then I needed, I use that term very loosely, wanted to try some John James needles, which I didn't bring them over, but I got some 26 and 28 John James needles to try those out because I wasn't really happy with the ones that I had. Can't even remember which ones they were. But needles can't come by themselves. What? So I got a Mill Hill Buttons and Beads Spring Series kit, and my dad is his grandkids call him Poppy. And so anytime I see a poppy flower, it makes me think of him. And so I got this really pretty poppy kit. And the plan is to stitch it and give it to him at some point. So it comes with a lot of beads, the floss, and this is on perforated paper. And never never stitched on perforated paper before, but I figured I'd try it out and see how it went. So that is Poppy by Mill Hill. It doesn't say who the designer is, but I'm sure if I figure that out, I will talk about it next time. So another kit I got, I was texting with one of my knitting friends, and she was telling me that her and another friend of ours, who's I know through knitting, were going to do the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Snow Globe ornament stitch along when it comes out. And yes, please, I want to do that too. So the pattern is not released yet, but I have ordered the kit with the DMC flosses. So here is the, cover up my address, kit, and it has the perforated paper, a sticker, needles, and all of the flosses that we will need. And I have ordered some really cute fabric that will be here tomorrow, and I'm going to make the three of us a vinyl fronted cross stitch project bag so we can all stitch along together and have similar, if not matching, bags, and do that. And so I don't think any of us have ever stitched on perforated paper before, so that'll be interesting. You know, but that'll be cute small finishes, ornaments that we can hang, and I'm excited to get that started. So like I said, that pattern comes out on August the 1st, I believe, and I got the kit from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery shop online, links below. So yeah, then the next two things that I have in haul are kind of like Happy Mail, not haul. Well, one part is Happy Mail and one part is haul. So I have been watching and catching up on Carrie of Tiger Lily Designs Flosstube, and I commented on one of her episodes with the keyword for a giveaway, and I won. So I won a Lizzie Kate pattern called Not a Creature Was Stirring. And I flipping love this chart so much. So much so that since I won the chart and didn't have to buy the chart, I went to Fat Quarter Shop, and this is what I went to Fat Quarter Shop for. That's what I went to Fat Quarter Shop for. I forgot. And I got needles, and I got that poppy kit. I went and got the called for overdyes from Threadworks, overdyed floss, and here they are. And so you can see the white and the black are just, or is there any black? No, because it's black fabric. The white is just plain white. But these are the called for flosses, overdyes. And I guess I can read them off of here. So this is British Green, Arctic Nights, no, Coronation. It's kind of a much, it's purple. This one is Razzle Dazzle Red. Fool's Gold. And then this one is Arctic Nights. So those are the flosses. And a couple of years ago, Caitlin, my daughter, gave me, she's crafty as well. She's very artistic. She made me a card for Christmas that had a mouse stirring a cup of hot chocolate or coffee or something, but a mouse stirring. And it said, "Oh, sorry," because not a creature was stirring. And oh, sorry. So I decided that I needed a companion piece to my Not a Creature Was Stirring. And so I kind of just used the letters that were already in this chart and added a couple of letters that aren't in that chart, but figured out how they would look probably. And I'm going to show you this chart because I charted it myself. It's a little mouse sitting in a cup with a spoon handle sticking up off his side, off beside him, and it says, "Oh, sorry." So I'm going to stitch the Not a Creature Was Stirring and then have the companion piece with it, not on the same fabric but beside it. So that's my little giggle that I gave myself. All right, those are all of the patterns. And then, oh no, it's not. The other piece of Happy Mail, Personalized Design out of the Ukraine contacted me and asked if I would be willing to stitch one of their bookmarks for a review. And I said, sure, why not? So they sent me a kit. It's a bookmark kit, and I chose a Harry Potter sorting hat with the crest and a wand and some liquid luck, I think. Pattern, so that is the cover picture. And then it comes with the Aida. It's just white Aida. I think it said it was 16 count. Yep, 16 count Aida. All of the instructions, which I have read through and looked at and are very detailed. This would be a good, these kits would be great for somebody who is newer to stitching or even an older child that wanted to learn. I think this would be good because it's smaller, it's doable, and it's a functional thing that they could finish and then use. So I haven't stitched it yet, but so far I'm impressed. And then it comes with the called for flosses on a card. So I will be stitching that up in the near future, and we'll report back when I'm done. So that is by Personalized Design. And they have all kinds of designs. They have Star Wars, lots of different Harry Potter. I think I saw a Witcher, Marvel. Yeah, to check them out. They're on Amazon, actually. So that is cool. And it's from somebody from the Ukraine, which I thought was good because could help support them. Then I wanted some little snips, so I got these little tiny little snips. And they have a tassel fob, and I just got these off of Amazon's. They are Schwack scissors, and they come in this little box that has a molded inset place for the scissors, and it has a finger guard thimble. So it just is a thimble, which I didn't even realize it came with that. I just wanted the tiny little cute snips. So I'll link what I got below. I just got them off of Amazon. Then I did a fabric haul. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, I'll show you this one first. This one came from Walmart, actually, and it just had some great, like, a black and white stripe, some checks, buffalo plaid. This one's kind of Christmassy, but they are cotton flannel, and I just thought they would be good for finishing. So got that actually yesterday at Walmart, of all places. Oh, and I got that board at Walmart. That board was like $1.98, I think. But they had other boards. They had like a mason jar and a beehive, and then they had just like shadow boxes and square frames, and then like the wooden plank looking ones. They had a lot of boards. I was very surprised that they had those finishing boards. So if you don't have any other place to look for one, or you don't want to go to Hobby Lobby, check out Walmart. They might have something for you. Just a thought. So from Joann's, from that order that I made from Joann's, I love batiks, and so I got some batik fabrics. And a batik jelly roll. I don't know if you saw my son up there in the corner. He's in the kitchen. And then I got 2 bundles of fat quarters. And this one is just let me see if it has a name. Nope. Stitch and Sparkle is the brand, but it's just some kind of more solid colors. And then I got these prints. So I will link those below, but I figured they would be good for project bags. And then because of the patchwork bags that I have made, I thought it would be fun to get some 2.5 square mini charm packs. So I got this one, which is The Sea and Me by Stacy Test Hugh something. It's a Moda Fabrics. There are 42 different squares in each of these, and this one is Make Time by Anila Hoey, and this one's got pins, and there's gingham, and then there's scissors and more pins and checks and cross stitch fabric, and just cute. So I got those 2 little charm packs, mini charm packs. And while I was organizing for my 10 drawer, I was looking in my scrapbook closet to see if I could find some thicker cardstock to make those boxes that are in my 10 drawer organizing that I made. And so I was looking in boxes. You know how you do, you stuff stuff away and you forgot all about it. Well, I found a book that is by Patrick Lewes called Whimsical Cross Stitch, and it is, let's see when it was published, 1994. Here is the book cover, and so it's just kind of fun, whimsical cross stitch patterns, and it has several different sections. There's some holiday and things like that. Let me flip through and find, there's a jack-o'-lantern. It's a big boy. So, you know, that could be a fun small heart. Not anything that I'm gonna just rush out and do, but I thought they were really cute, and it was in my stash already, so I'm definitely gonna look through it, and I may pull some. They have some little tags that you can do for presents, but they could be done as smalls for dough bowl pillows, or you know, things like that. So there's some really cute things in here, and I like this witch. She's got a hairy wart on her chin. So that is Patrick Lewes' Whimsical Cross Stitch, published by Sterling Publishing Company, Incorporated, 1994. Vintage. I was not even married yet. All right. I think that is it. I am excited to start my stitch along with Kristen and Alexis, and if any of you guys would like to join us for the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Snow Globe Ornament stitch along, we would love to have you stitch along with us. I can come up with a hashtag for us, and I will figure that out and tell it to you the next time once we've started stitching on it. I may come back next week, since it'll be the last week of summer before I go back to school. Then I'll have opportunity to do it film during the day when the light is better. But it's actually 2:15 right now, so the light's not bad, and I usually get home by 3. Not the first couple of weeks of school though, very busy. So possibly I'll be here next week. But if not, I'll be back in 2 weeks. I might look a little more tired. But I appreciate you watching. Would love it if you would like and subscribe and share it with your friends, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you're working on, and if you've been on any trips this summer, tell me where you've been. I think that that's it. It's enough. And I hope that even when life is crazy, you take time to craft all the things. Have a great week. Bye.